Hello. If you're watching this video from the very beginning, you're watching a video recording of a live that I do on Tuesdays and Thursdays for about 30 minutes at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's just a chat, a back and forth about a particular topic. Today's topic is going down the rabbit hole, which is a very common practice for people who are sidetracked, is they tend to dive deep into something and then everything else goes to put. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So I'm going to take a little bit of time to say hello, and I'll be talking back and forth to my precious, precious friends who are my subscribers, my mentees, and my patrons, and I love to call them by their first name because that's the sweetest thing. If you want to talk with me, please make sure you're in live chat, and if your name is not in your handle, then make sure that you're telling me what your name is in the body of the comment. If you have a question, please put your question all in caps. If you're watching this recorded, enjoy. I hope that you subscribe soon and hit that little notification bell so you can be part of our group. Okay, here we go. Hi, everybody. Kiana, you are first today, girl. You're on it. Yasmin is here. Hi, Yasmin. Cinderly Hahn, haven't seen you in a few days. Hi, Cinderly. Megan Thomas, my mentee, is here. Jimmy Stoyer is here as well. Laura Sample is here. Hi, Laura. Jimmy is a mentee as well. Hi, Lori. Sorry, Lori. You got such a cute smile. Tracy Allen says, hi, Kat, and she's my mentee as well. Gaynor Lloyd is calling me from across the pond. Dickie Talmadge is here from Santa Paula, California. Hi, love. Robin Wilson is here. Hi, Robin. Micah People is here. Hey, Micah. Hill Martinson. Hi, Hill. Donna Reed is here from Utah. She's from Highland, Utah. Jimmy says, yay, I was first. Actually, Kiona was first, but you were short. You were just almost first on my list, the way it showed up. Let's see. Shauna is here. Hi, Shauna. Marty says, hi, Kat. Can you call me Marty or Robin? Or you can call me Marty or Robin. Marty's saying that because my daughter is named Robin and she's my baby, and Robin was, and Marty, see, Robin. Marty was the baby of the family, so I think it's just a thing we do in our family, accidentally, not on purpose. But so she's Robin Marty, because I correct myself, and my daughter Robin is Marty Robin. And I have a big long name and Marty does too, because my mother had 5 sisters, so we were called Mary Teresa, Louise, Frances, Sweet C. What else were we called, Marty? We had one more name in there. Mary Teresa, Louise, Annie Claire. We got called all those names. Anyway, and yes, Sweet C was one of the names. Jean Bouvier is here. Hi, Jean. Barbara LeConte is here. I'm so glad you love our videos. Amy's giving us all some love. Sarah Therese is here on vacation, taking a break with a cup of coffee and a snack. Yay. Amy Sayer is here. Hi, Amy. I'm going to make sure I didn't miss anyone. What happened, Amy? Jamise? I don't know. Hi, Brenda Jones. Good afternoon, Sarah. D. McDaniel says 2 times in one day. You're catching me? Polly Paget, have a lovely day. Thank you, Polly. Rita Duncan, you look beautiful with your side braid. Thank you, Rita. It's because my hair's a big old giant mess and I just pulled it into a side braid. Hi, Charity. And I think I got everybody. Let's see if I missed anyone. Sana came in, and Brenda Jones says she can't see anything. We're here. Hi, Nilla. Good evening. Destiny says, hey. Hi, Destiny. Kendra K, just talked to her. She's a brand new mentee. So excited to have her and get ready to mentor her. Lori Sample says, keeps going black. I don't know why. Is it doing that for everybody else? Probably not. Or I think everybody be screaming. Is it just you, Lori? Or just a couple of you? Mr. B, are you having any problems in there? He's in a different room. My hair's falling out. My braid is falling out. I guess everybody's having a good time. It's not seemed, no sight, no sound. It keeps going black. What? Mr. B, are you having that problem? Happy chat day, everybody. Live chat. What is he saying? Not top chat. Everybody here is saying it keeps going black, Mr. B. Does it keep going black with you, Mr. B? NP, no sight, no sound. What's NP mean, Dickie? You're on your phone, maybe it's that. What do you mean, it's working or not working, Marty? Kendra K, I'm okay on the computer. Polly can see. I hate when we have to do technical stuff on these things. It takes away from our time. Hello, I can see and hear you, but I just tuned in. The screen is black, Mary Blue said. Not black here, no problems. Okay, consider if you can hear me or if you can see me and not hear me, I don't know if you can read my lips, but consider going on a different form of, I'm on a phone. See if you can go on a phone and see how it works. I'm sorry that it's blacking out for you. Hi, Robin Wilson. Amy says, we love you, Kat and Mr. B. Log off and then back on. It's fine for a minute. Okay. Went out and came back in and now it works. Up, back. Okay. Go try to use a different thing. Like if you're on a computer, use a phone. If you're on a phone, use a computer. See if that works. Okay. My hair, it's falling out. It's falling out of its ponytail. All right. Good. So you can't see my hair falling out of its ponytail. That's always a good thing. All right, let's talk. You ready to talk? For those of you who can see, we're just going to keep going. Today we're going to talk about the black hole. And Kendra and I were just talking about this. The black hole. And it's so common for people like us to have a black hole. And that means that when we're doing something in our house, we get so involved that we can't go back, we can't get away from it, and the whole rest of the house just falls apart because we just are stuck on this one thing. Hang on, we've just got people talking about this. Marty's son is like a computer guy, and he said, have everybody who's having a problem turn off your Wi-Fi and then turn it back on. Turn off your Wi-Fi and cellular and then go back in, and it works for 10 seconds here. I don't know what that means. Okay. Mr. B's on the phone and the computer, and it's working fine. Okay, for those of you who are not having issues, we're going to get to work. Okay. Hey, Kendra, maybe this is just for you. You're only one of few people who can see it, so we'll talk to you too. But I'm talking to everybody. Here's what happens when we go down the rabbit hole. That's what I call it, the rabbit hole. Thank you. I'm glad you're back, Amy. You start cleaning something or organizing something, and you don't want to stop. You just don't want to stop. And so you keep going, and you keep going, and you keep going. You think, oh, I'm so energized. This is going to be so great. And you just keep going, and you keep going, and you keep going. And the example that I give, I can recall so clearly, one in millions, but this one particular one, I decided I was going to make a dress. Actually, I think it was a suit, a skirt, and a jacket. And I cut it out because I think, you know how we think we're just going to cut it out and we're going to leave it, but I couldn't leave it. And I thought, wow, I'll just sew up the sides. So I sewed up the sides, and then I said, well, I'll just put the darts in. So I put the darts in. Let me just do the interfacing on the front. I did that. The next thing I knew, I was putting on the collar and putting the zipper in the skirt, and I had worked all day long until at the end of the day, I think Larry was gone to work that day and I was home for some reason, and my kids were home. And he came home and he said, what's for supper? And it was like, get away from me, kid, you bother me. That's the way I felt. It's like, I'm working on this. And I had gotten the final thing in, and I don't remember, you don't do a good job when you work like this because you haven't gotten up, you haven't gotten any blood to your brain, you haven't had anything to drink or eat, you've just been working like a crazy woman. And so I think I had seam ripped the seam several times, and finally got it back in. And then I was like, finally, I said, I'm going to just hem it. So I was hemming my skirt when he came home. And he said, what's for dinner? And the kids are going crazy. And it's like, I don't care. Leave me alone. Only I'm sure it wasn't that nice. And I finished my dress, which I don't think I ever wore because it wasn't perfect. In the meantime, when I came out, it was like a war zone, because you're just not there to take care of things. Even if it's just you. You've made a war zone where you are, but more than likely there are other people involved. And so you're hungry, you're tired, nobody has anything to eat, you have to throw something together. And I would cut out the pattern and then maybe get back to it in 5 years, Candace said. Okay. Anyway. That's what I did. And so a lot of people do that. They'll do it with yard work, or they'll do it with cleaning out the fireplace, or they'll do it with organizing the bookshelves, or whatever it is. They just keep on working and keep on working and keep on working until they just can't work anymore. The time's up, the day, it got dark on them, they had to go to bed, whatever. And then the next day, I know, Kendra, that's exactly how you are. And he gets home and he's like, why are you so worn out and cranky? I know. And then you never want to touch that thing again. Like, I don't think I ever sewed again. I sewed a couple of skirts later on, years later, but I put it away for years because that's what we do. So if you've gotten, the closet cleaned, you're probably never going to clean the closet again because it was such hard work that you can't even imagine doing that to yourself again. But that's not the way we need to work. The way we work is in little bits, and not the kind that, it wasn't Mary Blue, somebody else said it. Who said it? Candace said, she would just do a little bit and then stop and never start back again. But when you have any kind of project that you're working on or decluttering system or whatever it is, you've got a plan. You've got a project plan. Kendra is a project planner. Isn't that great? And so you have a project plan. And that plan says, this is my title. This is my mission statement. These are the steps. This is how long each step is going to take. So this project will start on this date and end on approximately this date, and I'll put another week in there for slippage, right? And that's how we do a project. So sometimes we don't even do zones. We always do routines. Zones. Maybe you've got a garage that's, making you crazy and you just can't even think because you've got so much stuff in there. So you stop working on your zones and you work on a project. That's how we do projects. But you might not need to do a project like that. And that's okay too. And we're not even talking about projects today, so don't even listen to that part. We're talking about rabbit holes. So when you find yourself going down a rabbit hole, stop and say, you know what? This is crazy. This is crazy, and I'm not going to do this to myself. Listen to me. Listen to my voice in your head. This is crazy. This isn't right. This isn't the way normal people, quote, normal people do this. And we're all normal people, but we do it this way. But it's not a good way because it makes us miserable. So what we want to do is, first of all, let go of our perfectionism. This does not have to be perfect. In our home, it just needs to be efficient and tidy and comfortable. You need to be able to find things, get things put away, have it clean, and enjoy your family. That's what you need to do. So we're going to just say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to work for 15 minutes in this zone in the kitchen. We're in the kitchen this week, so let's talk about it. So you go in the zone, which is the kitchen, and you already decide before you ever put a foot in that kitchen, other than to look at it, but when you put a foot in there to start doing the work, you already have to have a plan. You can't step into the kitchen and say, what am I going to do? Because most of us will go, I can't do anything. It's overwhelming. It's too much. So we're going down the rabbit hole, Connie Miller. We're talking about going down the rabbit hole. So you're going to stop and say, okay, what are the 4 things I want to do in this room? 4 things. So if you're a payroll homemaker, you're going to do 4 15-minute things at one time on Saturday morning. That's your zone. If you're an at-home homemaker, you're going to do 4 15-minute units on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, not Tuesday. That's a free day. Okay? So when you go into that room, you already have a plan, and the plan says, I'm going to X, Y, Z, or A, B, C, D, 4 things. So let's do a pretend. I'm going to clear my countertop, but my countertop is so overwhelming, it will probably take me 4 units of time. So the first 15 minutes, I'm going to do on the part of the counter that's closest to the door. And then the second 15 minutes, I'm going to do in the next section, the next fourth of the counter. And then the next 15 minutes on Thursday, I'm going to do the next section. And then on Friday, I'm going to do the last section. Or if you're a payroll homemaker, I'm going to do the countertop and I'm going to work for 15 minutes starting at the door. And then the next 15 minutes is going to be the next section. And then the third section is the third 15 minutes, and the fourth section is the fourth 15 minutes. I'm going to set a timer for each 15-minute segment, and I'm going to complete the process with each 15-minute segment. So I'm going to work in that segment. I've got 3 containers. This is the rule, 3 containers. One is for giveaway, one is for throw away, and one is for put away in some other room or some other place other than where we're working, okay? So at the end of 15 minutes, ding, the timer goes off on the microwave or on your phone or on your Fitbit, whatever it is, your timer goes off. You say, how did I do? It's great to take a picture before because you forget how bad it looked until you go back and look and say, wow. So what did you get done in 15 minutes? Did you get it all done? Great. Did you run out of things to do? Did you have to move to the next section? Wonderful. Did you not run out of things to do and there's still more to do in this 15-minute section? Okay, start your next 15 minutes right here in this spot, because we're going to keep working this spot till it's done. Because your plans didn't happen, it's okay, because you have 4 units of time to do something in the decluttering mode in your kitchen. Does that make sense? Anybody comments on that? I'm going to wait. I'm going to have a sip of this little, I rarely drink a Diet Pepsi, but I'm having one today with some Tylenol because I got a little headache. And it's delicious. Anybody have any comments on that? Do you ever work? See, I don't want you to think this is going down a rabbit hole because you've committed an hour on Saturday, or you're doing 15 minutes and doing it the next day. So Kendra, did you say that it's 4 units on Saturday for a payroll? Yes. So whatever a homemaker, an at-home homemaker would have done during the week, you're going to do on Saturday. I do overwork a lot. I know you do, Micah, and you got to stop that silliness, right? Because it's not what we want. We want to have peace in our life, control, and we want to really learn to love ourselves. And that's what we're trying to do with all of these things. It takes time. It's like the dripping of water that wears away stone. You know, I tell you this all the time, the dripping of water that wears away stone, but it will. I try to do this also while working at home. It makes sense why I'm so tired. Yeah, you don't work. When you're working, you're working. You're giving your full attention to that. And when you're a project manager, or you work in corporate kind of jobs, you're not digging ditches or chasing children. You're sitting down and thinking. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. So you commit and give your job your whole time, and then on Saturday, you work for 1 hour in your zone. Okay? Or for you who are working at home and running around and chasing kids, you've got to get it done first 15 minutes after morning breakfast. You've got to get it done. Okay, so you're working in there, the timer goes off, you stop and you say, okay, this is what I've done. Good job, take a picture. Now we're going to take the trash out and I'm going to put it in the big garbage so I can't see it again because I don't want to be tempted to pull it out of the trash. I'm taking the giveaway to the trunk of my car. It's in a container with a lid on it, or it's in a bag or something, or at least I'm shutting the lid on the trunk. I don't want to see it, don't want my husband to see it. We're going to get rid of that stuff. These are extra things I can bless someone with. And these other things I'm going to put away. They don't go on the top of the counter right here. This goes here, and this goes here, and this goes here, but I can't fit it in there, so I'm going to put it aside for now. And this goes in the bedroom. I don't even know what was up there for. And this goes in the garage. And so you go put things away and you start your next 15, get a drink of water, start your next 15 minutes. Ding, get to work, and ding, stop work. Do the same thing again. Do it again and again. So it's either on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, or it's on Saturday morning, 15, 15, 15, 15, okay? And then when you're done, at the end of your hour, or on Friday morning, you're done, you can say, good job, well done, my good and faithful servant. You worked hard. You worked as unto the Lord. You're giving it to God. You're doing this for God, okay? Because this is your, you know, I know even though, like Kendra, you and others who are on here are payroll, and you work outside the home, and you have that as your, I enjoyed working, but I also had this thing inside of me that wanted me to be a homemaker too. And it's always this terrible pulled apart place to be, because you want to be home, but you want to work. So you have to say, okay, this is when I work, and this is when I'm at home, and I fully commit to this. And when I'm here, I fully commit to this. Because if you don't, you won't do a good job on either one. It's 2 different mindsets. It requires 2 different planners. It's 2 different things, and you shift gears and go to this one and don't think about this one anymore. And then you go to this one and you don't think about this one anymore, okay? When you're at home, it's really hard when you're working from home because you're immersed in it. You think, oh, I need to get that laundry going. Oh, I need to do this and do that. And as an at-home payroll person, it is okay to start your laundry and on your lunch hour, put it in the dryer, and on your break, fold it and put it away if that's what you choose to do with your lunch hour and your break, but you don't have to, okay? All right. Questions, comments, concerns? Part of my problem is I work from home, so I'm trying to follow the stay at home when I need to do payroll. Absolutely, Micah. You have to do the payroll. Are you watching your children while you're staying at home and working? Because that's really hard. Are you doing that, Micah? I know you've got a baby and other small children. If you're working from home, or what are you doing? Do you have a daycare? I mean, it depends on what you're doing, but you have to focus on your job when you're working your job. As a manager, I was a senior business manager in a corporation. I wouldn't want my people to be there and be thinking about their house and working on plans for whatever they're doing in their home instead of working. They needed to be there and do work. That's right, Micah, Deborah Dale says. Yes. Okay. So anybody else? We only have 33 people on here. I hope everybody tries to come back in. Anyway, any more questions on that? Okay. All right, so when you find yourself going down a rabbit hole, stop and say, you know what this means? This is an indication, that's all it is. It's a symptom that I don't have a plan. Like I said, just the baby and the others are asleep since I work nights, so sleep is also crazy. The baby sleeps mostly as well now. Good, at least the baby's sleeping. So you're working at night and resting during the day. How's that working? Do you have somebody who watches the children when you're resting? Is your husband home? Anything like that? Probably not, I'm thinking, Micah. Good thing you're young. Ah, okay. Anybody else have any comments? Or Micah? Nada says, how about freelancers like me who can't really have a set schedule? Well, you can have a set schedule if you're freelancing. You just have to set it for yourself. Like if you were writing a book, that's freelancing. Or you were doing contract work for someone, that's freelancing. But you have to have a commitment. When you write a book, there's a commitment. So my suggestion when you're freelancing for yourself is that you make a project plan for that. It says, this is how long I'm going to get up every morning at 6. I'm going to write for 1 hour. You know, you have a plan of what you're going to do and when your book's going to be finished. Or if you're contract work, you have to contact those people and make a contract, and now you have a time that you have to work for them because you've got a set number of hours of things you have to do. Set that up and let them know this is kind of a little project plan. This is when it starts. This is when it's going to end. This is what I'm agreeing to, or they'll give you one. Depends. I just had a question. Let's see. Micah said, I don't get much sleep, usually about 4 hours in the day split up. That's awful, Micah. That's not healthy. And that's all I can say about that. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do. Stacy Terry, Kat, you are such a blessing to me and you feel like a true friend. Thanks for all you do. You're welcome, Stacy. That makes me feel good. And it makes me feel good for you. I'm glad that you think that I'm your friend because I am your friend. And so there. Okay. Ooh, my headache's going away. Yay. Finally, I didn't sleep much myself last night, Micah. So my mother's making different noises at night and it's keeping me awake all night. So I have to come up with a solution, which my husband figured out. So we got it all planned out. Tonight I'm going to sleep good. All right. Any more things? Any more questions on rabbit holes? So when you see yourself going down a rabbit hole, what do? You say, oh, obviously I don't have a plan. If you're a freelancer, what did you say you did for freelance? And that was Nada. What do you do for freelance? What is it that you do? Interested to know. 28 people on. Somebody left. What do you do, Nada? Micah said, I know it's not good. It contributes to my being stressed, my migraines, and going down rabbit holes. Absolutely. Nada does software testing. Projects come randomly. Okay, but when you have it, you have to make a commitment to get the work done. Somebody's paying you to do that. So you make yourself a schedule and you say, I'm going to be working from here to here. The reason that we work, there's 2 reasons. We work for fulfillment because we enjoy it, and we work for money. If you want to get the most fulfillment and make the most money, you'll have a plan. You need a plan and you need to work your plan. You need to do a really good job and you need to take notes and look and see what you did and give them feedback on what you did. Okay? These are the things I accomplished for you. Kendra says, when do payrolls complete a weekly home blessing hour? You complete it on Saturday when you do your sheets in the morning, and during the day, after you get off work, when you start your dinner, you're going to do one little 10-minute thing. Connie said, I talked about the rabbit hole and I avoided up above. I gave my husband a timeline. Talked about a rabbit hole I avoided up above and gave my husband timeline. I must have missed that, Connie. I'm sorry. I was probably talking. You gave him a timeline? Good. Now my phone is going black, Mr. B said, then have to go back in and add is there. It's done that 5 times now. Weird. Well, girls and boys, I'm so sorry that this was a rotten thing for a lot of people who couldn't see it. Hopefully you can come back in and watch it. So I'm going to keep going, hoping that it'll be a good video for people to come back in and watch. Brenda said, I'm completely exhausted when I get off work. Yeah, I know. And that's what happens. But Brenda, are you overworking? Are you working your 40 hours and taking a lunch hour and getting 2 good breaks? Are you enjoying your time to work and from work? Or are you giving yourself some extra time in the morning to set up and some extra time at the end of the day to cool down? If you aren't driving back and forth, if you're an at-home payroll, giving yourself that time that you would have been in traffic to do something to calm down, take some breaths, and then go in your kitchen and start your dinner. That's the first thing you're going to do. Come home, go to the bathroom, let the dog out, say hello to the family, and go start dinner. While dinner is simmering, you're going to go do 10 minutes, or you can delegate it. 10 minutes. Can you please dust the house while I'm making dinner? Can you please wipe the glass while I'm making dinner? Can you please empty the garbage cans while I'm making dinner? Can you please mop the floors in the bathroom while I'm making dinner? I'll mop the kitchen when we're done. Can you please vacuum 4 rooms for me or 5 rooms for me while I'm making dinner? Just 2 minutes a room. No more than 10 minutes is allowed. Can you please do that for me while I'm making your dinner? Thank you. You can certainly do that. You're in charge of inspecting what you expect, no matter who it's delegated to, even your husband. You want to make sure they're not cleaning too deeply, because that's not what it's about. And you want to make sure they're doing the job at all. That's also important, okay? All right, what else do we have? Micah said it's been a great video for her. Good. Hopefully I will get the new job I applied for. It's days and no weekends. Kids at school. Baby will be oh, Micah, in my prayers, honey. I hope that happens for you. I'm completely exhausted. That's what we talked about, Brenda. So you have to do it anyway, Brenda. You know, it's part of this agreement that we have when we have a family and we took a job. But if you'll just do these little tips that I told you, enjoy your break, enjoy your lunch hour, enjoy your another break, and take the time to enjoy yourself driving home so that you're relaxed when you get home, or take some time in your home office to relax before you come out. Polly said, I guess I'm not understanding rabbit holes. Rabbit holes are when you go to work on something and you won't stop. You just keep going and going and going and going and going and going until it's all done. So people will clean their house for 6 hours. They're just going to clean the whole house. Or they will go pull weeds and they just won't stop. They just keep pulling weeds and pulling weeds and pulling weeds until they're sunburned and the kids are gone crazy in the backyard and there's no dinner. You know, it's just that you just don't stop. That's a rabbit hole. And it's very typical of the personality with a little ADD that will tend to do that. It's very typical. Charity needed this video. Dickie said it's a great video for her. Nada said, delegating works best when you find out what reward is the most motivational, usually TV time in my house. And you're not given big jobs. These are just such tiny little jobs. The reward should be, thank you, honey. Thank you for that. It's not a big job. It's not like you're asking anybody to do a hard thing, right? Or you can teach them how to cook and you can do it. It's up to you. But, you know, it's not a big reward. It's a little reward because it's a little job. Okay. Aisha is here. Hi, Aisha. I haven't seen you in a bit. Sonda says, thank you, Kat. Michelle Wilder. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Kat. New Fly Baby. So glad to have you. One of my dear friends, last name was Wilder. Her family was from Ireland. They were robbers. Patty Taylor happened to me, Mr. B. Okay, you guys are having the same issue with your phones. All right, it's been 30 minutes almost. I hope this was helpful, inspirational, or it cleared some things up for you. I hope that you take the time to reflect and see how this could change your life if you stop going down these rabbit holes, and just know that eventually it'll get cleaned up, but it's not going to happen magically. It's the dripping of water. It's never going to happen magically. It's slow but sure. It's the tortoise and the hare. You're going to win with because you're the tortoise. You're taking your time. Polly said, I feel embarrassed that I don't go on rabbit holes. People see my mess and wonder why I don't spend more time. You're not supposed to go on rabbit holes, Polly. Just keep working and don't worry about what other people think. Clutter checks are going to keep you from spinning your wheels, though. So after you've decluttered something, you have to clutter check it 3 times a day to make sure you're not putting stuff right back there. Connie actually did a rabbit hole last week. I used the laundry basket method, but everything in the drawers were small. It took 3 days to empty. Whew. Yeah, that's not good. 15 minutes, that's it. Adriana Matz, thank you for you definitely inspirational. Thank you, Andriana. Thank you, Andriana. What a pretty name. Thank you, Nada. Micah says, thank you. Sharon Walker, the constant drip is working over here. Awesome, Sharon. All right, that's it for today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Know that I love you, and always remember that you are beautiful. I'll see you tomorrow at noon. Remember, I'm working for my full-timers Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So it's noon live tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. If you haven't already, please join Patreon, $5 the month for your whole month of videos. Unfortunately, I do not have any more room on the $25 and $50 right now, so you're going to have to wait till those clear out a little bit. But for right now, if somebody signs up, I'm going to have to refund their money because there's no more space. Okay, so but just go ahead and get your Patreon $5 signed up and ready to go so you can enjoy those videos. And then as soon as I have some space, I'll start letting you guys know. Okay? And if you're a patron, you have to be a patron, and you're interested in the full-time mentorships, go ahead and send me a personal text and let me know so I can put you in the list. I've got 3 people on the wait list right now. I've still got my 17 originals. I'm going to have 18 slots, but 17 of those people already have slots, and some of those, probably most, are going to stay. All right, that's it for today. Have a wonderful day, and always remember that you are beautiful. Mwah.